welcome to Rainy Tuesdays. I'm Ryan, and I'm here with Adam.
Hello.
And Margot.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I have a food question for you guys.
Yes.
Right off the bat, we've entered food talk.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, do you like chili?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Second of all, tell me about the type of chili that you like, because I recently watched a video and someone was like, here's chili. It was fucking soup.
Huh.
I was like, chili is like,
I mean,
at
chili
soupiest, a
is
stew.
soup.
Yeah.
But it's like it's so thick.
It's
and
like soup
full of
adjacent.
stuff. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you could see broth. Things were moving around in the broth. I was like, that's too much soup.
That's pretty
Yeah.
soupy for chili.
Yeah.
That is interesting, because I've seen, like, both extents. I've seen, like, really watery chili, and, like, I'd prefer that, because I've also seen, like, it's not what I would go to. I like a mix. But
Okay.
I've also seen chili where there's, like, no broth at all. It's just, like, the stuff all cooked, and it's, like, awful.
You
It's
want a
not very
little, like, you want
Yeah.
it to be, like,
Yeah.
you don't want it to be, like, dry.
Mhm.
God forbid.
yeah.
But like, it's a wet dish, but,
Yeah.
like...
But
I
to have it
wouldn't
like
say
a soup,
Yeah.
that's. A bunch of people that my parents knew used to have like a chili cook-off. So,
Classic.
well, I was gonna say I sort of tried a bunch of chili. I actually have not tried a bunch of chili because they all had meat in it,
Right.
Yeah.
which
Classic.
is a hazard of chili. But
Yeah.
I have had my mom's chili. So shout out to my mom. It's very good vegetarian chili.
Love
But
that.
yeah, very much not soupy. Like
Yeah.
wet, sure. There's some liquid, but
Yeah.
it's not. You're not spooning it in. Well, I mean, you are, but
I use a
yeah.
spoon. Yeah, I was gonna
You
say
should
you're
use a
not
spoon, but you're not,
forking
like-
it.
Yeah.
But you're like with a soup,
Yeah.
get your spoon and it's mostly liquid and a few little bits. depending on
Yeah.
the soup. It's not that. You have like chunks of stuff.
Like you could use a spoon for chili, but for soup you need a ladle. You could use a ladle for chili because it's just a weirdly shaped spoon, but it's shaped that way for soup.
I don't know if that's exactly the distinction, but sure.
Like I think a spoon you're not gonna get in a lot of soup, right? But you'll get a lot of chili.
I suppose.
I don't know. I don't have a ladle, so I use a spoon for everything, and it works fine.
Okay.
I suppose a ladle is more efficient. For
You
your
guys should get
soup
ladles.
Yeah. But I feel like you get a little too much. Margaret, you're always big on portion sizes.
Okay, yeah. A ladle, unless you have weird ladles, are like portion sizes. Like again, it's just like a big spoon, but just weird.
I think you take a
Neat.
spoon, you just do it, you work for it, you get like a perfect amount of how much you want.
I
Put in
do
the effort and build
suppose.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like burning calories to get your meal.
Exactly, and you get the more precise amount, you know. Maybe that
That's
ladle's
true.
a little too much, or maybe like 2 ladle scoops is a little too much.
Yeah,
Portion it out.
I will say you don't have to fill the ladle all the way, but I understand what you're saying.
How do you tell? Sometimes you got a big ladle, sometimes there's a lot in there.
Yeah. Do you guys have like we have 2 ladles, right? And I think one of them is fine, and I think one of them rocks. I think one of them's like, yeah, that's the like that's the good ladle. If I like can pick which one, if both are clean, I'm going for that one. I like that ladle better. Do you guys have that for like utensils or anything? Even spoons. Do you have like a spoon that's different that you're like, I like that spoon better?
Definitely not ladles, but I have 2 pans, and I have one pan for like it's gonna be messy. I don't care, and I have a stainless steel pan that I really like.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
It's very good, and I only cook certain things in there
That's totally fair. Yeah.
because I don't want to ruin it. The other one, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Get ruined if you want. I will toss
Get
you
out.
one day.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair.
I guess. So okay, so like in your standard set of utensils, right?
Yeah.
You have your knives, you
Yeah.
have your small spoons and your big spoons,
Uh-huh.
and small forks and big forks.
Exactly.
You can burn the big spoons in hell. I don't
Yes.
ever want to see them.
They're too
Small
big.
spoons only. Forks,
Yeah.
I can have either.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. Sometimes you want the longer fork, I don't know, for like spaghetti maybe. But
Right.
it doesn't really matter either way. But if you ever
Those
give me a
big
big spoon,
spoons? It's like
It's
sad
ridiculous. Why would I ever
when
want that? That's
when
too
the
much.
all the little spoons are dirty and all that's left are the big spoons, and
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Now I have to like have a weird sized thing for, because like I'm so used to eating my cereal in the morning with my little spoons, and I have a big spoon, and it's gonna have a lot more cereal on there, and it's like, what am I gonna do? Put less cereal on this spoon? No.
And it's like not necessarily uncomfortable, but like not what you want.
I have a
Just keep
tiny little
shoveling in
mouth.
your
Dentists hate
Yeah.
me.
Teaspoons versus tablespoons.
Exactly. Give me a teaspoon. I have had dentists berate me before. But
Your teeth, good. Flossing, well, but
yeah.
too small of a mouth.
No, literally, because like they have to like use the like separator thingies to pull my mouth open to fit their hands in to get places, because otherwise they can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it hurts. I don't like going to the dentist. Not because it hurts my teeth or anything. Like, they don't scrape. I guess they do scrape them, but that doesn't bug me. What bugs me is how much they like rip the sides of my lips because they're pulling my mouth open to get in. It's not fun. I also can't eat Pringles, but I think that's more of a universal problem than just me.
A universal problem.
I don't know about that.
You guys don't like slice open the sides of your mouth when you try to eat a Pringle?
No.
Like, I have to break a Pringle
typically.
in half.
No.
Okay. Small mouth gang gets me.
Is that how the Joker got those scars?
Yeah, is eating Pringles. I bet. I bet that was one of his stories. Yeah. So
I know the answer for you, Margo, but Ryan, when you have Pringles, is the optimal Pringle eating strategy to eat one Pringle at once or two Pringles at once?
Ooh, that's a good question. So I actually had like a discussion about this in high school because like at lunch you could buy like a little thing of Pringles, and so I would always get that. If I really like wanted to eat, I would have multiple. But if I'm just like sitting it enjoying there as a snack, I want one just to like have less.
Yeah, exactly. If you trying to savor it,
yes.
one. But sometimes you're like one just isn't enough.
Exactly.
I want two Pringles. I think two is optimal Pringle eating.
Like the crunch of two together is very satisfying.
Yes.
I've eaten two Pringles at once. It just slices open my mouth to do so. But sometimes you have to do that. Beauty is pain. And Pringles are beauty. Do you guys have a favorite and least favorite type of chip? And then I swear I'll stop talking about food.
I was gonna keep the food discussion going.
Oh, okay, we can.
Talk about food.
Sure.
I don't like the baked chips.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, baked are horrible.
Baked are gross, but I do love like kettle chips.
You know what's also the worst? Baked Cheetos.
That's
Cheetos. I know some people don't like Cheetos, and that's fine. I like Cheetos; they're great. But baked Cheetos, takes away everything that's good about Cheetos.
I mean, I don't like Cheetos. I only like the Cheeto Puffs. Those are the only good Cheeto. But baked Cheetos does sound abysmal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to eat Cheetos without them getting like messy.
Yeah, those little chopstick hand things.
That's too
not
much
chopsticks. I realize without seeing the visual of the podcast. No, you could totally use chopsticks. But that's a thing to pick up. I've seen these little things specifically for this problem where it's like a ring that goes over two of your fingers and like just has chopstick like sticks coming out of it, and it's specifically to grab but then still be able to like type on your computer, because then the sticks are just like kind of poking up. It's a whole thing. People grab it and type and grab it and type, and it's fascinating.
Interesting.
What I do is I just grab the bag, like the tiny bags, and just like pour it into my mouth.
Yeah.
Get like one or two, and then put the bag down.
I guess maybe it's you now, Ryan, but previously I didn't know anyone who loved Cheetos enough in my life to buy that product for them at some point. But now...
Here's what I do. When I was little, we used to do this thing. It was Cheetos and M&Ms, and it was really good. You put it in a cup, put some Cheetos in, put some M&Ms in. Not healthy in any way whatsoever. But it's really good because you get
It's like
a
sweet and
salty
salty,
and
yeah.
cheesy, and then a sweet chocolatey.
No, I'm down for that. That sounds like a good combo. I hate Lay's.
I don't mind
Interesting.
regular
I
potato
actually,
chips.
yeah, I really like Lay's.
I think
Well,
they're too thin.
we've already established the baked Lay's are atrocious.
Baked Lay's are
Yes.
gross.
But normal Lay's,
Regular original Lay's, I think they're too thin.
sour cream and onion Lay's, right now, that might be my favorite chip.
Interesting. I'm a big sour cream and cheddar Ruffles. Delicious.
I think Ruffles are mid-tier.
Totally fair.
They're fine, but they're better.
But
like Ruffles.
sour cream and cheddar as a flavor profile, it's not just on Ruffles. It's on other things too.
Ruffles are a lot better than Lay's.
Yes.
They're more substantive for sure.
Yeah. I like that in a chip.
I just like the taste. Like I definitely, if I could get the taste of Lay's in a bigger chip,
Yeah. That's the perfect combo.
that would be great.
Yeah.
Adam, what's your go-to chip?
Yeah.
Pringles is probably my go-to, or Sun Chips.
Sun chips.
Specifically the green ones.
Still need to find
But
those.
red, razor thin margins, second place.
Mm.
Red Sun Chips are really very good.
I like a good salt and vinegar chip.
Salt and vinegar is so good. I also like jalapeno chips.
Mm.
Delicious. A little bit of spice, but not too much. It's just a little extra kick. Like when you're eating a sandwich and you have that little extra kick with it. I think it's the same thing that I get from salt and vinegar, right? Where it's like just that little extra flavor boost while you're eating. And it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, unless
Worst
you have
chip, Fritos.
Here's my thing. Welcome to my TED Talk on Fritos. I would never in my life happily eat them on their own. Why would I do that? They're not good. If I wanted a corn chip, I'm just going to eat a tortilla chip. It's better.
Yep.
However, I don't know if it exists outside of the South in basketball stadiums, but that's the only place I've ever seen it. There's a place called Petro's. And Petro's, it's basically like Chipotle, but instead of rice, it's Fritos. It's just building a whole bowl on top of Fritos, and it's good. It's really, really good.
I could see them being good when you supplement it with something else.
Yeah.
The big thing with Fritos is the walking tacos.
Sure, it's the same vibe as that.
Put
Yeah.
all the stuff in, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Other really bad ones, Bugles.
But the witch fingers.
But that doesn't mean they taste good.
Yeah.
No, but they're fun. They're better than Fritos because they have a fun use.
That's like the Tostitos tortilla chips that are like
Scoop.
they're like the
Scoop
scoops
ones?
ones.
Yeah.
Great, fun,
Yep.
perfect scoop. They're so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Better than normal ones.
because they
Even
Even
have
though they're
a
exact
fun
same,
use.
but they're
Lime
fun.
Tostitos.
Yes,
So
hint of lime
good.
Tostitos. One of my
Oh.
favorites.
Delicious.
So, like, I think people have caught on, and every time I go to the store, I can't find them.
Ugh, rude. How dare
That's I think my family's favorite chip.
they? Gate kept.
Mhm.
I already said I like kettle cooked, but is it like the Cape Cod brand? They're like expensive, and so I don't always get them because they're too expensive for just a bag of chips. Unless I want to treat myself, and then I'll get a little bag of Cape Cod kettle cooked chips.
I think kettle cooked are just good.
They're so good. Yeah. Oh my god, kettle cooked at like in house at restaurants. They have like we have like house chips, and they're always kettle cooked and perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now I'm hungry. So that's great. Alrighty. Let's see. First and foremost, I want to ruin y'all's day. Backstory: this past weekend, I was hanging out with my boyfriend and one of his friends, and his friend just dropped this piece of knowledge on us as if it was something everybody knew, and as if it wouldn't ruin childhoods. Smokey the Bear has been replaced with a furry.
Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear, famously known for preventing forest fires.
New version.
Retired. He's a retired bear now. They did a whole video where he retired, and he passed it over to Ember the Fox. Horrible name to prevent forest fires, gotta say. I know Smokey wasn't that much better, but oh well.
I mean, Smokey the Bear
Mm-hmm.
looks like a jacked bear.
Yeah.
I'm still haven't seen the fox, but I
I'll
feel like
show you.
I'm getting there.
I forgot how jacked Smokey the Bear was.
Smokey the Bear, a great guy. Ember the Fox,
I mean,
a
I just don't know
furry.
if Smokey is that.
how the
great a name.
Oh wait,
Please look.
it just looks like a mascot.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, why would you go with this? So but anyway, it's apparently because they're not trying to prevent forest fires anymore. They're trying to teach people how to suppress them and live with it. And I think it sends
That's so
a bad
apocalyptic.
message. Because not only does it send the message that like forest fires are fine, we just need to learn how to deal with them. It also sends the message that Smokey the Bear couldn't change his mind. It sends
Stuck
the
in his
message.
ways. He was
Yeah.
an old grandpa that you're like, oh sure, Smokey.
Wouldn't it be more progressive to have Smokey the Bear say, you know what? I was wrong.
Well, the
Forest
line
fires
was only
are
you
fine.
can prevent forest fires.
Yeah, but sometimes people change their mind and come up with new catchphrases.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's just like something that's kind of unfortunate. And
I was gonna say I don't really see the furriness, and then on Google image search,
bet you do.
pretty like maybe 8th image is furry artwork of this character.
Yep.
So, not
What
to get
was-
in a full discussion of furry.
All right, let's do it.
I was just wondering, is Smokey
Oh.
the Bear already not a furry?
No, he's not.
So this
He's
is
a
this is
lovable
a
little
good
guy.
point. I don't understand. Not that I don't think any of us are furry experts, but
Yeah, it's
where
gonna be
is the
tough.
line when you get like furry characters versus just anthropomorphic animals in like a Disney movie?
Yeah.
My
Like,
thing
because some
about
people
it-
are like, okay, so there's like the Robin Hood
Yeah.
Disney movie, you know, anthropomorphic animals,
Yeah.
and then there's Zootopia, and then
Uh-huh.
people are like, oh, Zootopia, that's a furry movie, but
I'm
in
actually
my mind,
so
that
happy you
looks
brought this
the
up.
exact same thing as the Robin Hood movie. It's just the
I'm so glad you brought this up, specifically because last year I watched Zootopia for the first time. It might have also been earlier this year. I don't remember how time works sometimes, and that's fine.
Yep.
But at some point in my recent past, I watched Zootopia, and I was watching it with someone who was like, "Damn, the fox in Zootopia was really sexy," and I was like, "Okay,
That's
first
a
of all,
pretty
huh?
strangely popular opinion, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second of all, okay, like let's talk about this. Like you can't just say something like that and then not continue the conversation, right? Like no one can just drop that and then be like, yeah, whatever. That's a talk that needs to be had. So the movie was paused. And, the discussion began. And then days later, we weren't hanging out because sometimes people don't constantly spend time together, and that's fine. And I get a message from this person, and it was a compilation video that someone on the internet had made of the Zootopia fox. And it was like, see, I'm not alone. And I was like, no, I know you're not alone. And I brought Robin Hood up. I was like, because I am sure that when Robin Hood was released, people thought that he was hot too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't think this is a new thing.
Yeah, it must not be.
No, I just think it's popularized now. And we don't kink shame here. Unless your kink is fucking weird like feet, But
We don't kink shame.
We don't
except for
kink
that
shame,
kink
except for a hugely popular kink that many people have.
and then I won't say that Rainy Tuesdays is kink shaming you, just me specifically. I'll take all the heat for it because ew. But bottom line, I just think that like Robin Hood was the original hot fox of Disney.
Yeah.
And then Zootopia came out and animation's better, and now he's hotter. And I feel a little bad for Robin Hood, but I guess like Smokey the Bear, he had to retire. I guess
Had to pave the way for the new furry generation.
Yeah. I guess my point is, I think it's just foxes. Because I don't think like a lot of other animals get sexualized in the same way as foxes. Why that is, I don't know. We'd have to get a furry expert on, and I don't know any.
So I was just listening before we got together to Dungeon Daddy's miniseries Fetch Quest. At the first episode,
yeah.
In the first episode, they talk about like hottest cartoon animals, and
everyone's hottest cartoon animal. Go.
I was going to say, I don't think I have one because I don't think that's something that's ever crossed my mind. But they then
not
talked
even
about
like
the
Lion
bunny
King?
from Zootopia. No. Oh, I didn't. Point of clarification on Lion King. I did not see Lion King until I was in college.
Okay,
Really?
that explains it.
Yeah.
Both Nala and teenage Simba doing it for the world. So even Scar. Not for me, but for someone I'm sure. No, I think that was it though.
Do people think those characters are hot?
Yes, I swear to God.
It's
I know
apparently very
so
common
many.
for,
I know so many people who claim
teenage
that
Simba.
teenage Simba was their sexual awakening.
Yeah, I've heard that very frequently.
Yeah, and that's fine. But also, what was y'all's?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I had one. I mean, a lot of the kind of famous sexy animals.
Well, no, I was also just asking what was your
movies I
sexual
didn't
awakening, not just
Oh.
like media wise.
I thought you were specifically, what was the hottest animal?
What was the hottest animal for you as a kid? Tell me so much more.
Yeah, I
no.
don't think I have one. Because a lot of people are probably like, oh, Lola Bunny from Space Jam. But I also didn't see Space Jam until I was far older.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
I miss most of those like key
Yeah.
sexy animal movies. I don't know if you'd qualify Lola Bunny as like, she seems very human design.
She is very human looking, yeah.
She literally has boobs. But like
I don't understand this Lion King thing.
the
I'm
one
looking at
song
both of
where
these.
they're like rolling around and stuff. You guys didn't watch? I know Adam didn't.
Yeah,
Ryan, you didn't
used
watch
to
that as a
watch Lion
child
King
and go like,
all the
oh.
time. It used to be my favorite movie,
I wonder why.
and I watched it too much, and I don't really enjoy the movie anymore. But it has never crossed my mind that these characters are hot. I'm looking at the photos, and it's just lions. Like,
Yeah.
what?
No, I'm with you.
What
It never occurred to me either.
Look, okay. The reason that I was going to transition into like sexual awakenings is that mine was a human, and I wanted to make that clear.
So are you talking about like the live action?
No, not
Okay,
the
so
live
I
action
still
one.
don't understand.
Just the cartoon one. But
just straight a lion.
yeah, except no. Okay, like the energy of like that song.
I'll give you that song is a very sexual song, and I think they are clearly getting down to business in that song. But they are still very visibly, in the context of the movie, just lions.
And the eyes she makes at him, like he's got her pinned down, and she's like, "Oh, you know."
Yes, I think the song
We all watched the same
definitely
movie.
is that.
Yeah.
Ooh, or Plant Lady in Sky High, another big one.
Okay. There's a relatable one.
Right? Or Fireboy in Sky High. Sky High was a big one.
Sky High, just a good movie.
It's a great movie. Oh my god.
What are those actors doing now? One of the guys, I forget which one he is. I think he's the goo guy. Oh no, he's the glow in the dark guy. He's in Succession now.
Oh, good for him. He was in the TV adaptation of 10 Things I Hate About You.
He's been around for a while.
Did not do well. Plant Lady was in The Flash.
Oh.
She was Killer Frost.
What's his name? Will Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's he up to?
I don't know. I haven't seen that man since.
Known for Sky High. Okay, so not much.
Got his check and left, as he should.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they make a sequel. There was that meme on Twitter like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, could be cool.
I mean, they're remaking everything. So.
Like, there was a fake headline about Sky High getting a sequel, and everyone was like retweeting it, being like, this isn't real, but it could be. If enough of us hope hard enough.
I think we're at a weird stage of entertainment where there are so many franchises that I've just been like, yep, we've seen the last of it. It was good. And even if I would want more, we'll never see it again. Yeah. Like Community. I was like, we're done with Community. Sad, we're never getting a movie. And then all of a sudden, we are getting a movie. And
people
so now,
are out
prime
of
time.
ideas.
Because streaming services need people to go get to them, and they're going to bank on nostalgia. So nothing is safe.
To be clear, I will get Peacock for 1 month to watch the Community
I'll pay
movie.
like $5 for 1 month to watch the movie and then cancel Peacock. Yeah.
You can take my money, Peacock. One time.
I'll give you $5 to watch this movie, Peacock.
I'm just going to pirate it.
Okay.
Once you find a site that's so good.
Speaking of piracy, another big sexual awakening for me, Sinbad movie.
Sinbad, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh my god, yes, but hang on, Sinbad, and the Purple Lady.
Yeah, Eris.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen those movies.
Good movie.
It's a fantastic movie.
I will say, I'm usually very bad at following people. Like, people will be like, "Oh, you gotta watch this." Usually, never do this. Margot was like, you gotta watch Sinbad. I watched Sinbad. It was good.
It's so good. It holds up.
It was very good.
It's just a fun little time.
Very action adventure.
Yeah. Has that classic trope of like, you gotta empty your pockets of all the weapons. Keeps pulling weapons from every inconceivable
one of my favorite tropes.
Such a good trope.
Also kind of enemies to lovers.
A lot of enemies to lovers. Or just like, I don't
like enemies is a bad term. Yeah, like rivals maybe.
Yeah. Besties are in it, but like ex-besties, fun time. And a hot lady villain. What more could you want? But also for sure, Pirates of the Caribbean. All of them. That's a lot. Only the main three. I don't really think anyone else was like, whoa, to Child Margot.
I feel like it's just Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom.
And Johnny Depp.
And Johnny Depp?
Have you seen them
yet?
Yeah.
Controversy or not.
Movies, he doesn't look like...
Nothing against Johnny Depp.
He's a pretty attractive dude, but like in the movies, he doesn't really...
He's not giving the same level of attractiveness as Elizabeth Swann and Will Turner.
No, but I think Jack Sparrow is a classic example of confidence is hot. Whereas like it's not necessarily how he looks in the movies, it's his sheer personality where you're like, damn. Sure. Yeah. Another example, and this is one that I saw people talking about in regards to like men made for the female gaze. And it's Jack Black in Holiday. Not necessarily someone you think of when you're like sexy actors. But in that movie, you're like, yeah, okay, guy. Like
that movie is so strange to me in the fact that Jack Black is romantic lead.
Right? You wouldn't expect it, but it works.
You're just like, is this where we're going?
Yeah.
In a cast of everyone else fits the
crazy
genre.
hot, yeah.
And then it's like, oh yeah, and Jack Black's
This is like
here.
your classic funny guy.
Like, oh.
But it's just his personality in the movie, and like just all of the actions that his character takes. You're like, yeah, okay, you've sold me. Anyway,
Interesting movie too, in the fact that they don't end up together or they don't like. They're not a couple. They just agree to go on a date at the end.
Yeah. I like that movie.
It's good.
It's a fun one.
It's one of my girlfriend's favorites, so we watched it recently, and it's pretty good.
A classic. What's one thing other than Twitter that you would just never spend money on? Not to assume that you guys are both anti-spending $8 on Twitter, but I just kind of assume.
I mean,
that's the other thing too. Is what really are you getting for it? You're literally just getting the badge.
Yeah.
There's no other perks. What an awful deal.
Yeah. You're hitting me episode after episode of questions that I'm sure I have so many answers to, but not right now.
Happening?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's very context specific. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure I wouldn't pay any money for, but in the sense that it's not giving me value at the moment. But I don't know.
Yeah.
If I was like super into YouTube, maybe their subscription service would be worth it. But I don't use YouTube enough to ever justify. I don't know how much it costs, but I would never pay that. Like,
no, yeah, not when so much good stuff on it is free.
Yeah.
I think social media in general is one that I'm just not inclined to pay for.
Yeah.
Getting my nails done. What?
To go back to my earlier point.
Peacock. Oh, no, go for it.
I'm not
sure.
By Peacock.
Yeah, that's a great example.
Pirating, so great. Because you'd be like, wow, remember that movie? Oh my god, I can just look it up and watch it. Yeah, maybe it's not as high quality, but still pretty good. Maybe the subtitles are a little wonky, but you know, it adds character.
This is, I made this joke to Ryan, like a couple weeks ago. I saw someone on the internet talking about the fact that Netflix was threatening to lower the quality for lower paying subscriptions. And it was like, as if we aren't the generation who like watched movies in 70 parts on YouTube. Like, I was like, honestly,
those early days of YouTube.
Yeah.
I watched so many shows like
same.
Without even knowing that was being pirating. I was just like, oh, well, they have all the episodes of the show that I want to watch. It's just all here. And they cut off the end or it's like slightly off center. You know,
fine.
They uploaded it weird.
Yeah, not their fault.
I watched a fair amount of shows.
Yeah,
that way.
Same, absolutely.
2015, you could watch majority of the Star Wars movies on YouTube because there was like a weird space with like Lucas and Disney, and like you could literally just watch them. Yeah. It's pretty great.
Kind of Wild Time. That's how I watched like a lot of rom-coms for the first time. Because there was like a small period of time where it was like it's all on YouTube and streaming services are not really a thing. Like Netflix was still like
Netflix was taken off, but
yeah, it was still mostly the DVD kind of vibe for Netflix. Yeah, so a big old time. But yeah, no, I don't like going to get my nails done. I know this is gonna be so relatable for you guys. But
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. And it's like the same deal with getting my hair cut, where it's like I don't do okay, that's a lie for the hair. I'm gonna start with the nail thing. One, I don't like my nails being done for long enough to warrant going to a professional. Whereas I could just do press-on ones in my home and they'll come off in 2 weeks. Or I could take them off earlier if I wanted to. Whereas professional ones, you need to then go back to get them removed in a safe way that wouldn't rip off your natural nails. And so I don't want to do that. Obviously, if I'm going, I'm not just going to get my nails painted at this point. Like if I'm going to the salon, it would be for gels or acrylics or something like that. Because like if I just wanted nail polish is such a big thing now that I could get at like the drugstore or the grocery store or anywhere. So like going to get my nails done, to just like awkwardly sit while someone else is just holding my hands and caressing them and like doing whatever needs to be done. Don't like it, don't want it. And then, yeah, I like the idea of being able to take it off whenever I want, especially for longer nails, because it's so hard to do things with your hands with longer nails. They look really cute. Don't get me wrong. Love the way they look. But as soon as you need to like open a can of something with like a little tab, it's not happening. You have to like get a coin or something. Best one I've done was like folding up a piece of paper a bunch of times to shove under there. You get real creative, which is fun. But you could also just have normal fingers. But then, yeah, the hair thing, it's so expensive. And especially for this point where I'm trying not to do crazy colors, which is a losing war, and I know that. I'm winning battles right now, but I won't forever, and I get it. But like when it's just to cut my hair, I can do that at home. To maintain just not having dead ends in my hair is pretty easy because my hair's so long. There's a lot of like margin for error, whereas like I'll probably be fine. And I've also been doing it for years at this point. And I've never had like those haircut fail Brad Mondo videos. It's all been fine. So I don't know. I think those are big ones for me.
I'm really drawing a blank here.
I really thought this would be such a big one.
This was
your capitalism rants.
Yep. I mean, I guess the problem is I'm on the stingier side when it comes to money. So I definitely lean towards why would I spend money on that thing for most products and services.
Fair.
The only things that are coming to mind though are like just stupid stuff that no one should spend money on. Like when a celebrity is like, "Oh, raise money for my thing."
Yeah.
Buying Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina candle.
Don't know what that is, but I don't think I want to know. So mm-hmm. I was thinking there's like one of the Kardashian people had like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Those kind of things were like obviously rich people or rich companies are like, oh, here's our GoFundMe or Kickstarter, and it's like, why is anyone paying money?
Yeah. You're literally a billionaire, or at least millionaire.
But or like, I could just go on, like multi-level marketing, pyramid scheme stuff.
Yeah.
Like, why would anyone do that? But that's something no one should. I'm trying to think of something that
you specifically.
Yeah, it's not happening. I don't know.
What about? I know, Ryan, you like Legos, right?
Yeah.
Legos are like really expensive.
They are.
Are there any Lego sets where you're like, that's really cool, but I could never justify that?
Yeah. They like definitely in recent years they've more talked about like doing more adult sets, and they already have a lot of them. I need to look up because they're always like some cool ones. I'm like, wow, that would be fun to build.
Yeah.
It's also like, wow, that's like over $300.
Right.
Yeah. Every time when my girlfriend and I go to like a Target, we're like, oh, I want to go see the Legos. Will I get any of them? No, but I would love to have them. There's like kind of more artistic stuff. So there's this really cool one that's like a plant feature made of Legos. It looks really pretty.
Yeah, they've got a few of those now.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Those are really popular. They have an Office set. It's like The Office, $120. You can build a TV with a Nintendo Entertainment System, $270. You can build the Disney Castle for $500.
Oh God.
I just want to sort by like.
I remember back in the day when I was a youngin' and had a bunch of Legos, and that was like the present that you got. There were so many Lego sets. And I was like, oh, if only. But it's like the Millennium Falcon or the Death Star, and you're like, well, that's like $500, but I would love that.
Right.
And then one year I got like an $100 Lego set, and I was like, I am made.
Yeah.
The best day of my life.
Price high to low.
And then my brother broke it, and I can't find the pieces.
I know what I would want.
Junior.
He broke it a few years later.
Okay, so, that's less mean then.
That is
also, why would be named Adam Jr.?
I just thought they really liked Adam. I don't know.
It's just like...
Isn't he the middle child?
He is the middle child.
Yeah, they were like, well, we got it right the first time.
I'm going to tell him that that's what you call him.
I also just don't want to be like, let's name drop your little brother on the podcast.
They have...
Adam Jr. is a fine name.
All of the Star Wars sets are very expensive. They have a giant Millennium Falcon, $850. That's what I would really want. But also, like, it's ginormous. Where would you put it?
Yeah,
right.
That's a lot of them.
Wait, like how big is ginormous?
Like the Star Destroyers is super cool, but
probably like this big.
Oh my god.
They've got like AT-AT, a Star Destroyer, like Am said. They've got the Razor Crest now. It's a bigger size.
Okay.
The Eiffel Tower, $630.
Some of the architecture stuff is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the Star Destroyer is the perfect one. I'm looking at that. I'm like, yes, would love it. Where am I going to put it?
Right.
When I got that $100 Lego set, like I said, day made. But then immediately I was like, this is too big to really put anywhere. Like I can't even put it underneath my bed because it's too big.
Uh-huh.
So I guess it's just gonna collect dust on my bookshelf.
Right.
And then the Star Destroyer is like 4 times the size of that.
Jesus. Yeah.
So like I guess, like I'm just looking at my apartment. There's literally nowhere I'd be able to put that thing.
This corner of the floor is my Lego corner.
Yeah, like I have this corner of my room where I kind of shove things that I need to do stuff with. That's like my box corner right now. That's where it could go.
Yeah.
That is a good point, because some of them like, well, I don't want to like take it apart. It is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like want it on display somewhere.
We were talking very earlier before the podcast about like how Instagram like finds one thing you like and then just only shows you that. I've been watching a lot of Lego things.
Yeah.
And now it's just like all Legos. And some people have these giant Lego rooms and it's like, wow, how much money do you make? Because not only do you have all those Legos, but you also have an extra room you can just put Legos in. Also, going back to a previous week's discussion about rich people, why are you not spending your time on Legos?
I mean, honestly.
Come on, Elon Musk.
I bet that would
entertain sweet Lego room.
So much. He likes boxy things.
Yeah.
But yeah. My boyfriend has a couple of different space Lego sets. And it's wonderful because he has them like very honestly intelligently put on his desk, but like packed in a certain way so that it's like all of them are on display but also not in his way, because he has one of those L-shaped desks. So like one side of it has like a big rocket, but like it's on its side and towards the wall so that it's not, taking up too much space. There's some shelves under one side of it, and he has like different landing sets. I don't know enough about space, and it's showing right now on those. And that's great. But yeah, I think you need to figure out, like, before getting them, where is it can possibly go. Yeah.
There's some really expensive Lego sets. I really want a lot of them.
Every time I look
I'm sorry to open
like,
up this can of worms. Shouldn't have asked.
My girlfriend's sister got Hogwarts Castle.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Massive and like super interactive too. Like all these things, parts move and things to do with it.
That's cool.
But it's like $300.
No, that's awesome.
And exact same thing of like, well, where would I put it?
Right. Yeah. I also don't love a lot of like knickknacks and things.
Yeah. I'm not a knickknack person either.
Yeah. I feel like it would be really fun to do, but then I would be like, I don't know what to do with you. Which is the same reason that I like the Jigsaw Puzzle app versus buying a bunch of Jigsaw puzzles. Yeah. Because I can do the fun thing. but then not have to deal with it afterwards. That being said, I also wouldn't pay money on the Jigsaw Puzzle app. Alrighty. Okay, if you could influence human evolution, what would you do? I thought about this the other day because I was like, I saw that one thing and I was like, our thumbs are getting flatter.
What?
Our thumbs are getting flatter.
Right then.
I don't think there's a practical purpose in that other than I guess texting.
I don't know about that.
No, but I'm saying like practical use for why our thumbs are getting flatter. I don't think that's why our thumbs are getting flatter. I don't think texting changed evolution yet.
Very, very fast.
Yeah, but I think that like having flatter thumbs does help with texting, does it not? Because it's like
I feel like there's so much wrong with humans. Like, where to even start?
Yeah, like what are we gonna fit?
Why do your teeth not last the whole length of your lifespan?
Well, some of us don't, Ryan.
Yeah.
I think you're the only one with an appendix. Some of us fixed that problem. We're gonna get Adam on the no gallbladder gang soon.
Why do we have to cut our nails? Why can't they just stay one size and stay that way?
That's a good point. I like that.
I think a lot of body hair is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of a lot of that.
Yeah. But to be honest, it really does its job.
Keeps you warm.
It really does.
It's
great.
So cold. Fair. I would like prehensile tails.
Oh, it's just full. Okay, then I want wings.
Yeah, if I can change something.
We're just gonna go crazy. I was thinking like, what is some missteps in human evolution?
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess we could be boring about it.
Yeah, give me like something cool.
Wings, a cool little tail. I would love the ability to like swing from a tree like a monkey. Are you kidding me?
You really are just describing a monkey.
I am, and I'm fine with that. I think they're pretty cute. Though apparently mean.
I feel like all animals are a little bit mean.
Well, see, that's my... Okay, this is playing into the whole toxic trait I've mentioned several times of I think I could befriend any animal no matter how wild they were. I think the notion of them being, like, mean is probably just, like, the people that interacted with them. They probably didn't pass the vibe check.
Have you ever seen the study about, like, dudes being able to fight bears?
This is like a study.
Is this the thing where you ask a guy?
Guys, yeah.
Yeah.
And many guys believe they can fight a bear.
I don't think I could fight one.
I saw a video of bears fighting each other. Nothing super graphic, but they're fast. And holy cow, it's like there's no way you could survive that.
One of their little paws is like 20 pounds.
They're so fast.
Right to your head.
Yeah.
You're done. No, they're cute. Although I have seen a video of a guy who is friends with bears. He's a trained professional, not just someone like me who thinks that he could do that. But
he just invited his local bear over for tea, and they became buds.
Yeah, he passed the vibe check. No,
After
but
Smokey the Bear retired.
They're apparently, oh my god, like little, kind of like puppies. When you do befriend them, where they do like the little like play fighting, and they understand what does and does not hurt. So they will give like play nips as opposed to like I'm actually going to hurt you nips, which implies that they understand how to be nice. And so all of these people saying that wild animals are just inherently wild and going to be mean to you are wrong.
Yeah.
That's my TED Talk. I could befriend a bear. If I was more okay with germs, I do think going into that sort of profession where I just like took care of like animals in a wildlife preservation, love it. That's so cool.
Yeah.
But also some of them are stinky and icky. I don't think this current version of Margot would like it, but another multiverse Margot, probably doing it right now. Oh man.
Are they like really like that germy?
It's not that they are, it's like my head is telling me they are.
Okay.
And it's the same way that like if I had a dog, I would not want the dog to sleep on my bed. Because my bed is like clean, safe space. I don't get in my bed unless I've showered and I've changed into clothes that are like not from outside or anything like that. Like it's clean and neat and I love it. But yeah, my cat is allowed on there, but that's because he's a perfect little clean boy who's never been icky in his life. But a dog, yeah, no, couldn't do it. And I understand. I get it. My cat walks in his poop every day. I understand the hypocrisy and everything like that. It's nothing to do with how dirty the animal actually is. It's everything to do with what my brain is telling me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I've had to say like when I do get a dog, which I'm sure I will at some point in life because they are cute. I will have one of those little mini bed things for it at the end of my bed, where it's like a little bookshelf that is at the end of your bed, giving a little footer, but it's actually a dog bed. I love those. I think they're so cute. And they solve my problem. 2 in 1. What rained on y'all's parade?
I have one. So today I went and got a flu shot because, you know, flu season, and every time I get one, I don't get sick, which is great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I went and it was like put on by our university, and they only charge us like $1, which is great. Class. But in turn, they have like the nursing students do it. Oh. And I was like, okay, like, you know, whatever, you know. I've done it many years past. Yeah. Every time I've done it, it's been good. I don't get sick. It's awesome. I like went like into the booth and I was like, oh, okay, hi, like where do I sit? She's like, you can sit there. And I was like, all right, off to a great start here. So I sat down and she's like, wait, actually I need you to sit the other way. And I was like, okay. So then I like rolled up my shirt and she like got it all ready, like really wiped it down a lot, which I know they do a lot just to like make sure it's all good. Yeah. And then she poked me and then she's like, oh no, that was the wrong spot. And so then she took it out and threw it away and then took another one. I was like, I got this, and poked me again. She's like, oh, that was the wrong spot as well. And then she called for help. And, like, I literally just had, like, the needle in me for 45 seconds. And then someone else came over and was like, oh, yeah, you really missed. And so they, like, took it out, threw that one away, put another one in me, and then that was the right spot.
Jeez.
For a second, the first time I thought you were going to say that she stuck the same needle back into you, and I was like, that's a huge no-no. But, okay, it still sounds awful. Yeah. But at least it wasn't also... I guess it's not needle sharing if it's the same person.
Yeah, it's just you.
Just bad, like bad practice. Yeah.
I remember when I was a young lad and I was getting probably, I don't know if it was a flu shot, you know, one of your shots. I was really young. They like couldn't find the vein, and at some point they had it in, but were just kind of like digging around trying to find it. Excruciating. It was horrible.
Yeah, every time I give blood, it's like that, which isn't the same as getting a shot, but it's the same experience.
Well, yeah,
needles being dug.
Yeah.
When you guys were kids, did your school in like elementary school like have flu shot day? Or like everyone's going to the gym and getting their flu stuff?
I don't remember. I don't think so, but I'm sure this is one of many things where my mom will listen and be like, "Oh, you absolutely did."
You liar. No, yeah, we had it, and I at the time got the flu mist. And fancy. I know. And it always like smelled really good.
Start
this
puffing flu shots.
Yeah, but like now at this point, like I get the shots because I'm an adult, but like sometimes I'm like, am I just misremembering that it smelled really good, or like did it? And sometimes I'm like, is there any way that like I could get the flu mist as an adult? I'm like, no, for sure that this is just a made up memory or not. So that's something I've thought. But yeah, I'm very sorry she stabbed you multiple times. It's never a good sign when your I guess nurse in this case is going like, oh god, that's the wrong thing.
Yeah, I was like, I must have been like the first person she's ever like.
Yeah, especially with that sigh at the beginning.
Yeah, I was like this isn't a hard question. There are 2 seats. Which one do you want?
Right. Like that's a hyping myself up kind of sigh to be like, you got this. All right. Oh my god. Adam, you got anything?
Not really. I mean, I guess my internship, I thought I was going to get a trial, and then it seems like I'm not going to get a trial, but that's kind of like in development. That's not confirmed yet. But other than that, just a super minor thing. I have like my desk is not next to an outlet, so I have a power strip running along. I've had this power strip for years and years and years. It broke the other day because it has the switch on and off. The switch stopped working, and then flipped on. It was like flickering and would kept shutting off. But if I could like get it in the exact right position, it would stay on. So I was like, okay, perfect, got it there. Now I'll tape it down. And then it was like, not on that side, you won't. So then I flipped it to the other side and tried to like teeter it in the middle and try to tape it there, and then still wouldn't. Finally, I gave up, and it's elsewhere. I busted out my old power strip I used when I was abroad, so it's all funky and it has a weird outlet. Because that's all I have until I find the time to just go to a Target and get a new one.
Right. I'm glad you aren't taping it down, as that seems like a fire hazard to like play with like your electricity in that kind of way. To like try to teeter it to the point where it works. Ryan knows better than me. Maybe it's not a fire hazard.
I'm just trying to turn it on.
Like, Ryan, you're an electrical engineer.
I don't know that this is the best thing to do, but you know.
I only did it for like a couple days because before I could just kind of get it in the right position to stay on by itself. I didn't need to adjust. I didn't need to like force it into that position in any way. But then that broke too, and then I had to tape it, but the tape only worked for like a day or so, and I had to keep adjusting it.
Yeah, I don't know about the tape.
But it just because the switch is broken, so I just need to get it in the on position because it won't stay.
Do you know what's really flammable? Adhesives.
Oh man. Friend of the show Joanna is coming to visit, which is a happy thing. Yeah. The less happy thing about it is this is her first time in the DC area, and she wants to like explore it, and I think that's great. I just don't think I'm a tour guide for it because I just don't know it that well, and so it's gonna be us kind of figuring it out. And I've been doing a lot of Googling to make sure I'm gonna take her to like good spots. There's spots I already know about that I'm like definitely gonna take her to, but then there's like other things that I have not done in years, if at all, and have to remember how to get to via the metro. So that'll be interesting. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Yeah. So, you know, grow a tail, I guess.
Yeah, just go do that.
Bring Smokey out of retirement. If you're listening from the Smokey people, He was better.
The Department of Natural Resources.
Yeah, but like I feel like there's a specific department for Smokey, right? Like it's not like they're all focused on Smokey.
Is it not the Park Service? I thought it was the Park Service. Maybe it is just the overarching agency. I know there's a lot of subparts.
Who owns
But also,
Smokey the
follow us
Bear?
on social media. We have an Instagram. We have a TikTok. Margot broke down and made it. We have YouTube.
Like that's the advertisement for TikTok every time. It's Margot finally gave in.
She finally gave in. Yeah, we have a website. You can email us. Hit us up. Good time.
Email us. That's the one I really want to push.
You can send us a raven. If you think really hard, maybe we'll receive the message.
I'll keep my telepathic links open for the first hour that this is posted.
I'll have office hours. Every 3 a.m. to 3:27 a.m. my psychic path is open.
One, really want people to email us, but then also on the last episode, it'll be closed by the time you hear this, dear listeners, so never mind. But I'll do it again on this one, is doing both a question and a poll on the Spotify thing. I want to see if anyone does it other than me, because I don't think it'll happen.
Well, Spotify does its best to hide the doesn't feature, so. But if you're listening on Spotify, go to take the poll and answer the question.
A poll. Yeah, I didn't know that was
There's a pop quiz, folks. Last question. Do you guys say folks with the L or not?
Folks?
Okay, so no.
They say it without the L.
No, I feel like you just did.
Folks? I say folks with an L.
You say folks? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, with the L.
Yeah, they just say folks.
I don't like that. It doesn't sound right.
Okay. Well, have a sunny Wednesday.
Bye. Bye.